After 2 weeks of elusive pursuit, flying squad officers pounced on one James Mugo Ndishu, alias Dr. Mugo wa Wirimu, in Gashie yesterday. Now, Mugo is appearing before a Milimani law courts today, facing accusations of sexually assaulting a sedated patient while posing as a medical doctor. He is also wanted for allegedly operating illegal clinic in Kayole, Nairobi area. Now, 2 of his employees were also arrested during an operation on Saturday following a complaint by the Medical Practitioners and Dentists Board. Flying squad officers accompanied the board CEO, Daniel Yumbia, to the clinic on November the 3rd and arrested the 2 staff for operating without the required documents. In 2015, Mugo was arrested and charged with various offenses linked to operating an illegal clinic in Githurai 44, Nairobi. He was charged with raping a sedated woman. Now let's cross over to the Milimani law courts. As I understand, that particular case is set to commence. As you can see, live pictures right there. Mugo wa Wirimu, the individual who is actually supposed to be arraigned in court. Now we're set to join our reporter, senior reporter Rita Tinina, to actually inform us about the nitty-gritty details behind this particular case. Now, Rita, what charges is Mugo wa Wirimu set to face in this latest arrest?
Well, we're not quite sure about the charges that he will face this afternoon. He was brought here about 20 minutes ago. He was being held by the flying squad officers at their Nairobi area offices, and that is after he was arrested last night in Gashie. And officers tell us that they got hold of him in an iron sheet house where he was staying with a woman after evading the police dragnet for about 6 weeks, 2 weeks rather. And the police say they were not able to get to him because he was using about 15 different SIM cards, but last night they finally managed to pounce on him. So he is here at the Milimani law courts. He's being held at the basement cells, and we are expecting him to be arraigned in court this afternoon under what they call a miscellaneous application, and that means that the police will be seeking to have more time to detain him to do further investigations. The accusations he is facing, remember that TV expose that showed him injecting himself with drugs to get highs, sexually assaulting a sedated woman. 2 of his employees, as you mentioned there, were arrested about 1 week ago, and they were charged in court with several counts, among them operating as pharmacists without a license, operating a clinic as well without a license. And that by that time, the court allowed the police to detain those 2. They are interns from universities, one in Siaya, one here in Nairobi. The court allowed the police to detain them for 14 days before a probation report is presented in court. So perhaps Mugo wa Wirimu will be facing similar charges to those of his 2 employees when he arrives in court, when he's arraigned in court this afternoon. But remember also, this is the second charge he's facing. This will be the second round of charges he will be facing, so he's a repeat offender. And when he was being arrested last night, we are told that the police asked him why he had not turned himself in, knowing that the police were looking for him. And he said that he didn't have a lawyer as required by the law. He is entitled to have a lawyer, but he said he does not have a lawyer. Those he is approaching were refusing to represent him. So we wait to hear what charges he will face before court this afternoon. The case that he was facing 3 years ago, when he was first exposed his activities, by then he was operating a hospital, a clinic rather, in Githurai. That case is still pending. He was released then on a 2 million shilling bail, but that case is coming up for hearing next month. So he will have 2 cases in court. But this afternoon, Jesse will wait to hear what charges he will be facing and whether the police will be given, as they will be requesting before court, whether they will be given more time to detain him and conduct further investigations.
Right, our senior reporter right there, Rita Tinina, giving us the